buồn của nền kinh tế thứ hai thế giới, tỷ lệ sinh thấp kỷ lục, xu hướng già hóa gần như khó đảo chiều, 240 triệu người trẻ không tìm được hạnh phúc.
The sad reality of the world's second largest economy. Record low birth rates, near irreversible aging, and 240 million young people struggling to find happiness. For more effective English learning, you may want to read the Vietnamese English bilingual translation in the comments before listening to this news article. You can also purchase the Word file of the article to support me. China has been grappling with the problem of low birth rates for many years. Having children has been promoted as an act of patriotism. Newly married couples are encouraged to plan early to carry on the family line. Even condoms have been taxed. In its efforts to encourage childbirth, China appears to have tried almost every possible measure, yet most of these initiatives have yielded little result. In 2025, China recorded the fourth consecutive year in which deaths outnumbered births. The birth rate fell to a new historic low, causing the population to both shrink in size and age rapidly. According to official data released on Monday, China recorded only 7.92 million births last year, a sharp decline from 9.54 million births in 2024. Meanwhile, the number of deaths in 2025 rose to 11.31 million. The birth rate, measured per 1,000 people, dropped to 5.63, the lowest level since 1949. Globally, many countries are struggling with declining birth rates. But for China, the issue is particularly acute. Fewer children today means fewer workers in the future to support a rapidly growing retired population. A gloomy economic outlook has only made the challenge more daunting. China is facing a serious challenge due to its extremely low birth rate, said Wu Fan, a professor of family policy at Nankai University. Chinese leaders have repeatedly stepped up efforts to reverse the population decline. However, many demographers believe this goal is nearly impossible, as China has already crossed a demographic threshold, the point at which the fertility rate, or the average number of children a woman has in her lifetime, falls so low that population decline becomes irreversible. President Xi Jinping has called for the creation of a new culture of marriage and childbearing, urging officials to shape young people's views on love, marriage, reproduction, and family. In response, many local governments have rolled out increasingly heavy-handed measures, ranging from monitoring women's menstrual cycles to issuing guidelines restricting non-medically necessary abortions. Yet most of these policies have been met with collective indifference from younger generations, who are growing increasingly uninterested in marriage and parenthood. From January 1, authorities imposed a 13% value-added tax on contraceptive pills and condoms. The move quickly became a target of ridicule on social media. Although it was not officially announced as a pro-birth policy, it was widely interpreted as another clumsy attempt by the state to boost fertility. Jonathan Zhu, 28, said the price increase has had little impact on his habits. "I'll still use them," he said, adding that financial pressure is the main reason he is delaying fatherhood until after marriage. His girlfriend, Hu Tingyan, 26, agreed. "The price of condoms has nothing to do with whether I want children," she said. "I just don't think the timing is right." On Chinese social media, many commenters noted that while the price hike is annoying, condoms are still far cheaper than the cost of raising a child. Others sarcastically remarked that condoms have many other uses. "Which genius came up with this idea?" mocked Ke Chaozhen, a lawyer in Guangdong. "The state is promoting marriage and childbirth in such a subtle way. Are they worried that family lawyers like us will run out of work?" he wrote online. Other measures, such as cash subsidies and housing support for married couples, have also failed to produce clear results. Empirical evidence from many countries shows that financial incentives barely increase birth rates, said Wang Feng, a sociology professor at the University of California, Irvine. Based on data from China's National Bureau of Statistics and Analyses by demographers, an estimated 200 to 240 million Chinese, aged 20 to 39, are currently unmarried. Men make up a significantly larger share, due to long-standing gender imbalances. In many provinces, more than 50% of people aged 30 to 34 remain single. For young Chinese, the high cost of raising children is a major deterrent amid an economic slowdown and a prolonged real estate crisis. Youth unemployment remains high, many recent graduates rely on their parents for support, and the social welfare system is still limited. In the current economic climate, young people tend to wait, Wang said, and that sends no positive signal for a rebound in birth rates. In fact, China confronted this problem earlier than expected. A decade ago, the country relaxed its one-child policy to allow 2 children, then expanded it to 3 children in 2021. But this also means the government has less time to address severe shortfalls in the pension and healthcare systems. At the same time, the labor force is shrinking rapidly. By 2035, the number of people aged 60 and above in China is expected to reach 400 million. The growing financial burden has made many young people reluctant to contribute to public pension funds. A low retirement age further complicates the situation. Last year, the government raised the retirement age for the first time since the 1950s, setting a gradual path toward 2040, 63 for men, 58 for female office workers, and 55 for female factory workers. Even so, these remain among the lowest retirement ages in the world. More recently, some local governments have even offered cash rewards to successful matchmakers, hoping to boost marriage rates and indirectly encourage childbirth. Jia Dan, 46, understands the challenge better than most. While single, he began organizing matchmaking events in Beijing in 2012 as a side business. Before long, he found a partner and got married himself. By 2018, as attendance grew, he turned it into a full-time job. But according to Dan, 2 trends have become increasingly clear. Men often return for more dates, while women rarely attend more than once. More strikingly, fewer and fewer people genuinely want to get married. You can clearly feel that the number of people in Beijing who truly want to get married is declining, he said. More and more young people simply don't want to marry anymore. Source: The New York Times, Reuters.